youtube.com/MayhewMayhem. That's youtube.com/MayhewMayhem.
Hello and welcome to another episode of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. I am your host, my name is Michael Mayhew, and I am here with my co-hosts.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Greg.
What's up, everybody? I'm Dale.
Hi, everyone. It's Raven.
And this episode is a continuation of episode 35. So if you want to go check it out, go do that, or continue to listen. Here we go.
Remember, 30 Minutes of Mayhem is available on iTunes, Stitcher, and Spreaker. All you have to do is search MayhewMayhem. That's MayhewMayhem, and make sure to rate us 5 stars.
To help us to be able to afford to do the show, you can donate to 30 Minutes of Mayhem via PayPal. Just use the email address in the description, 30minutesofmayhem@gmail.com. Pubes.
I want to get mine laser removed.
You want to get what?
I want to get them laser removed, like to where I never...
your pubes?
Oh yeah, to where I never had to shave again, ever. Fucking hate it.
I think there is laser.
They do, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm talking about like you can go out there.
No,
instead
I'm
of
gonna
actually going to a doctor.
Fuck all that. I'm gonna wait until I have like good insurance, and then the insurance pays for it, and then
How the military do.
yeah, that's exactly it. And get them just fucking laser removed. What? And people are like, well, you really want to do something like that? I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. Yes. You know how hard it is to shave a ball sack?
Yes.
No.
Okay, I can imagine. Okay, now let's just say here now. I've done it before. It's scary as hell. I would much rather shave a ball sack than a vagina because like, if I had a vagina, I'd probably much rather shave a vagina than a ball sack. But it is so hard to shave balls because like you gotta like pull on them to like stretch them out. You know, like you're gonna do like a bat wing and then like shave at the same time. Because you can't like just shave them like how they're hanging, because you won't get it right. You gotta like pull on them different directions and stuff. It is so difficult to shave some balls. It's like to get them just laser removed, laser the motherfucker. It like just laser remove the hair. Never have to worry about it again. Taint, remove from the taint butthole area too.
You want the full Monty.
Yeah, the whole fucking just gone. Because, some people are like, well, what if later on in life you'd rather, have hair there? And I'm like, why? It grosses me out now and I fucking hate it. So I doubt I'm ever going to be like, you know what?
I miss my butt hair.
Yeah, I miss the hair growing in my taint between my balls and butt hole.
Oh, God, I hate that shit.
Yeah, I don't even hit that shit with a razor. I just use the fucking, like beard trimmers and get the taint area. But when I know I'm not going to get any action, I'll let it go for a while, and then I'm like, ugh, gross, and then I got to get rid of it.
Ew, gross.
Yeah, I fucking hate it. It's so disgusting. But what does this have to do with Satan, Greg?
I don't know. Satan
How is
likes dicks? I don't know.
How is it,
Satan loves pubes.
how is this relevant to Satan, Greg? How?
Well, you tell me, Mike. Oh, wait. I know. Oh, wait, no, I don't.
Speaking of Washington, D.C., they're trying, thinking about it, arguing about it. Nobody knows what's going on. The raising of minimum wage. Is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? Is Obama a terrible president? Would you rather have Bush in office?
Obama is a terrible president.
I've already voiced my opinion enough times about how I'm pissed off at Obama because I voted for him because Romney was absolutely insane. I was like, I do not want Romney in there. And Obama really didn't do much his first 4 years, so maybe he'll just be a lame duck his last 4 years. So I vote for him. He gets in there, and then he just starts fucking everything up. So I feel betrayed. You know what I love seeing, though, speaking of Obama, is all these people were just, when back in 2008, were like...
Where they were supporting the shit out of him?
Obama. Like, every time you turn around, and now they're like, fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck him. I'm like... You were one of his biggest fucking supporters in 2008, and when I told you that he is going to do nothing but fuck up, and that you're making a mistake by voting for him, and then you told me how I'm a dumbass and yada yada yada, and then now here you are saying the same shit that I was saying back in 2008. I know quite a few people that were huge pro-Obama motherfuckers back in 2008. The second time around, they voted for Romney. I refused to do that. I was going to vote independent, but I was like, why do I want to do that? Because my vote will just be a waste anyway. The whole thing is, now we're sitting here with minimum wage. What are they going to do?
They're probably gonna raise it.
I don't know. They're fighting it tooth and nail. They are.
They're talking about raising it dramatically, not just a couple cents.
Yeah, from like 7 something to like 10 something.
10 an hour. That's less than $3.
It's still a huge jump than what it normally is.
I don't think it's that huge. I think it's just enough to help people like me be able to afford of an easier time, because when I was working a full-time job and a part-time job, both of them were minimum wage, 60 hours a week, and I still could not pay all of my bills and have like enough money left over to do something that normal people get to do, like go to the fucking movies. 2 jobs, 60 hours a week. And plus I had that health insurance, but you had to pay all kinds of, what do you call them? Co-pays. Like if you go to the doctor, you have to pay $75 just to see the doctor.
Yeah, the co-pays, yeah.
Completely could not even afford to take my daughter to the doctor.
$75 is a cheap copay, just so you know, because
yeah, I had really good insurance. It was supposedly really good insurance, but I still couldn't afford to take my daughter to the doctor. But yeah, I mean, and people want to argue and say that like, well, if you raise the minimum wage, then the cost of living is going to raise. Well, maybe a little bit, but you got to keep in mind that fucking minimum wage hasn't risen with inflation since the 70s. So we're already way behind. And, like, it pisses me off that people are all like, oh, fathers don't need to make that much and blah, blah, blah. Well, you know, 60%, or I forget the number, there's some larger percent of people that are actually working those jobs aren't high school students like you think. They are single parents, like me.
Are you working fast food?
No. But I'm just saying, I was getting to a point there, sorry. The fucking CEOs of McDonald's and Walmart and all that get paid over $9,000 an hour to sit and think of more ways to make more profit. That's all they do. All the real work is placed on regional managers and district managers, and most of all, employees at the bottom. That's who does most of the work. But this guy's sitting up there banking, and everyone else is struggling. I don't think it's fair. I think $10 is a good amount to ask for.
Well, that's been going on for how long?
And I don't feel. Do you honestly feel like someone flipping burgers should make the same amount of money as you? Do you feel like their job is equally as hard as what your job is?
They already do make the same amount I do.
That's what I'm saying. Do you feel that that's fair? Do you feel like
Yeah, because they're single parents too, trying to get by just like me. I don't care what the job is. You're doing a service. Period. You have a job. You're not sitting on your ass and smoking weed and collecting a welfare check. You're doing a job. That is worth something. Doesn't matter who you are or who you work for, in my opinion. Just saying.
Raven was saying about how the dude's getting all kinds of money sitting on his ass, and the people at the bottom are the ones that's making him look good. At situations like that, and with companies in general, it's like both sides have to balance each other out, because without the dude sitting on the top, the people at the bottom flipping the burgers are not working.
Exactly.
There's no job available for those people if there's not the guy sitting on the top. But the guy can't sit on the top without the people down at the bottom flipping burgers. But in the case of like a McDonald's situation and companies like that, the people at the bottom flipping burgers mean absolutely nothing. The reason why they mean absolutely nothing, there's an endless supply of people to do that job.
Yeah, and if you demand more money, they'll just fire you and just
hire somebody else.
Hire somebody else that will agree with whatever they want to pay. Yeah. It's like, fuck, I have a job, and I'm not gonna argue.
With the fucking fast food, not only does your job mean nothing when you work fast food, you mean nothing, and they treat you like shit. Everyone I know that's ever worked fast food, eventually working fast, normally not even that long, say that it's the worst fucking thing that they've ever done in their life and have to get away from it. It's a top-down situation, but they shit all over each other so bad that none of it fucking matters. Should they raise minimum wage? Yes, I believe so, but it shouldn't be a huge fucking leap like the way they're trying to do it. I think the whole thing needs to be redone. Minimum wage, Social Security, the government, just the whole fucking thing. Redo it. Start over.
Exactly. burn it all down to the ground, and then build something from the ashes. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting Spiel of Fortune. I am your host, Greg Holmes, and tonight our episode will be focusing on the topic, have you ever faked an orgasm? So, tonight our contestants are Michael Mayhew, Dale Heaton, and Raven Bear. So, I think for my first pick, I will go with Dale.
That is weird because I pointed at myself as soon as you said my name.
I was hoping he would pick you because you're the two-time champion. So I was like, pick the two-time winner, like the reigning undefeated champion. Pick him.
I figured I had to go last, but I figured I'd go first, obviously. But I mean, in that case, if you make it, I figured I'd go last. But I've never faked an orgasm, but I have laid there during sex, wishing that I should have, because it just was so horrible. And when I was laying there, because she was on top. What?
Oh, what? The crowd's booing you. I'm sorry. Oh, come on. Go into more detail than that. Fuck. That can't...
No, dude. Like, it was horrible. Like, I was laying there, and she was on top, but I was just like, can we speed this up? Like, can we stop? Like, I should have faked an orgasm, but I didn't. And it was I don't know what made it so bad, but it was just like, I mean, it was just like there was nothing there, you know.
Talk me through it. What was wrong?
I don't know.
You still
like,
had a Woody, right?
Yeah, I did, but it's like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like, I just
She
there was
ugly?
nothing. No, she wasn't bad. I don't know. Like, it was just.
Was the Djent not good?
It didn't seem it. No. Yeah, like, it just like, if like the more I felt of her was just mainly her moving. Like, I didn't feel her giant at all. It was more of just the way she was moving was weird too. But the light was off, so I was just like, had like one eyebrow up.
Or is she like...
I got like
doing a
one eyebrow kind of like up, and she was all like, no, she was like wiggling all over the place.
So was she...
I could see her silhouette, so.
Was she doing like a grinding, or was she like frogging you, bouncing?
No, she wasn't bouncing. She was moving like side to side.
Maybe she didn't know what she was doing, and you should have helped her out.
Maybe I should have. So I mean, like, it's probably, you know, a little bit on both our parts, but like.
So hang on, that's not to interrupt your story, but that's always been my thought. Everyone's different, but the general concept for males is the same. Okay, if you're trying to get a male off, there's like there's at least one guaranteed way that it's gonna happen. If you're jerking him off for long enough, he's gonna come. It's just gonna happen. A female, on the other hand, not so much. Say you've been with someone for a while and you learn what they like, okay? And then you end up with somebody else and you're like, oh shit, hang on, I don't know exactly what this person likes. So you got to try out different things. So you got to try out, and maybe you try out stuff that a previous partner had liked, or something that, you know, you just think you're badass at, or whatever. This is gonna work, you know. But like, if nothing's working, or if you're unsure that something's working, an embarrassing thing would be to say, hey, help me out here. Is this working for you? Is it not working for you? And what do you need? You can't just ask something like that. But you know, well, at least I couldn't. I couldn't be like, all right, I don't feel like I'm doing it for you. So what am I doing wrong here? Let's get some instant feedback. Like, this is Twitter watching Game of Thrones, spoiling shit for you. Like, let me know.
I always like try to figure out what they want.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't just be like, all right, you know what? I put a finger in there, and you're not creaming yourself. What do you want from me? No, you try and figure out things, but when you've run through a list of things that you're trying, and nothing appears to be working, saying, you know, help me out here. What am I doing wrong? What do you like? What, you know, like, you can't just ask something like that. At least not me. But I know there's probably some people that are like, all right, you know what? What do I need to do here? But I feel like what should be done is like a unspoken thing. Like, say you're finger blasting a bitch, right? And you're just using one finger. You're just cramming your middle finger in there, and you're doing your thing. Well, say she can't get off to that. But if you put another finger in there, she's like, that's it. I need that second finger, and I need you to do a running man. Without her actually saying that to you, she guides you to that.
Right.
Or if a girl's slobbing your knob and you're just using all neck here, like like put a hand in there and use your hand at the same time, and all of your work will be for naught unless you use that hand as well as your mouth. You just kind of guide a hand in there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
So
remember
with-
the point that I had behind any of that. I was just I was given so much instruction there, but my thought, basically what I was saying was like, if she was like,
said by Mike Thank
If you need to like do something like to like stop and be like, all right,
well,
let's
no,
make
you
this a
don't.
little bit more enjoyable.
Right, you don't even have to stop. Oh, I remember my whole point. You don't even have to stop, but like this girl's like going side to side motions and like spinning like she's a fucking blender or something, and you're like, what the hell are you doing? You gotta try to like guide her to something. But me, I'm too like, you're not doing it for me, but I don't know what to do. But in that situation, what I would have done, I would have grabbed her hips and stopped her from making the side to side motion. Basically, made her ride me the way I wanted to be rode, but I would do all the work at first, and then I would stop. And that's basically me saying, okay, what you're
Now you
doing,
take
it's
over.
not working. Now you take over. I basically gave you a demonstration of what will do it for me. If it was killing you inside, you should have done something. So interrupting, I go ahead.
Finish it off. No, I actually did finish. But I kept going like how I wanted to. I was like, you just lay there. Let me do this.
So you changed positions and pounded it out.
Pretty much.
You end up finishing, so you never faked it, but you figured the only way you were going to get out of that situation is if you did.
Pretty much.
Next up, I would like to hear from Raven.
So I was seeing this dude who was in the army, and we were getting it on for the first time. Things were already awkward because, when you're with a new person, you don't know what's going to happen or who likes what. And he was behind me, plowing me, and it just wasn't doing it for me. There were so many things wrong with the whole situation. Rhythms were not synchronizing. He was entirely too large, and it was very uncomfortable, especially with the position we were in. When I tried to change positions, he did not like that. He just kind of grabbed me and put me right back where he wanted me. It was just going on and on forever, and I was just like, man, this needs to end. Just want this to be over. So I gathered up all my strength, and I faked the best one ever. Just made him think that he just rocked my fucking world, right? But it didn't stop then. He thought he was going to keep going and make me have more orgasms. So I was in a dilemma at that point. I'm like, should I fake another one and let him think that he really is the shit here? Or how am I going to get out of this? So it ended up just going on and on and on forever. And I ended up faking a second one just because I was like, man, this needs to be over. And he wouldn't let me change positions, and it just sucked bad. So finally, at the end of it, I had faked 2 orgasms, and he was still going on. I noticed he was about to reach that moment, right? So I turned my head around, and I noticed that he had his hand down by his butt. That was how he had to finish. He had to put his finger in his butt.
Nice. Not.
Tickle some
And
top.
as I said, he was from the Army, not the Navy. So it was just all around weird.
Well, that was your first mistake right there. I'm not giving kudos to myself. I'm just saying, like, Army in general.
Yeah, so that was the last time we were together.
Well, I mean, maybe not only was he not doing it for you, maybe you weren't doing it for him, and he was like, I got to tickle this prostate to. Maybe that was his escape route. Like your escape route was fake. Maybe his escape route was, to try to trigger his climax in another manner. You ever thought of that?
No, but thanks for that.
He fingered himself.
Oh man.
Maybe I wasn't doing it for him because I didn't have a penis to put back there.
Maybe.
Maybe. Should have busted out a toy.
You need a toy? I'll bust out that credit card.
I'm good.
Now we're going to move on to the final contestant, Mike Mayhew.
Okay, so Dale is officially dethroned no matter what. I don't even have to tell a story, and Raven's already beat him. So, one stereotype about guys is that guys want to fuck every minute of every second, right? Every day. I say that stereotype is not true. Sometimes we're not in the mood just as females are not in the mood. Dale's like, I'm following you.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
Go
I don't
on.
buy it.
What, did you say you don't buy it?
Nah.
Well, nobody cares about your opinion because you're a woman. Anyways, continue.
Of course.
Are you saying that you are in the mood 24/7?
Lately?
Well, I mean, just like say say you're.
No, I was just fucking with you.
Right.
I'm with you. I get you.
Guys, same way. I mean, just like sometimes, you're too tired to where you're like, I'm not gonna sit there and just plow for days. I'm not, like if you wanna like jerk me off, I'm cool with that. You wanna blow me, I'm cool with that. You wanna get on top of me, I'm cool with that. But normally I'm the one doing all the work, and if you want some, you're gonna have to do all the work because I'm just not, just not feeling it. Tired of shit, whatever the reason may be. An ex of mine were at a hotel. She's in there to get changed to get into her bathing suit. We're talking or whatever, and she comes out of the bathroom just ass naked, and I wasn't paying attention to her. And then she comes up because I had my back to her. She comes up to me, reaches around, and just starts grabbing my junk. She's like, let's do this. And I'm like, I thought we were going swimming. So like I was waiting on you, and I was like, let's do this swimming thing. Not saying I choose swimming over top of sex, but
It wasn't what you were expecting.
it was just one of the things where I was like, I was in the mood to go swimming, And she's all, so I turned around and I was like, I thought that's what we were doing the whole time, She's groping my junk the entire time, and I was like, okay, and your ass naked. So much for the bathing suit. Proceeded to where I was like, the only way I'm gonna get to go swimming.
You really wanted to go swimming that day, didn't you?
I was like, the only way, basically the only way I'm gonna get past this point is to go straight through it. Is to just plow, come as quick as I can, and go on with the rest of what we had planned, because we had shit planned. And I get it, it's spontaneous, whatever, yada yada. But we had shit planned that we planned on doing. I was like, let's get, for some reason I just wasn't feeling it or whatever. And I was like, okay, the only way that that the rest of this shit's gonna take place is if I do this. So I'm like, all right. Right outside the bathroom, to the right of the bathroom, there's like this built-in desk dresser thing. It's like a small thing. It's like built back into the wall, and it's got drawers. You can put your shit in it anyways. So I know in my mind, and I'm very vocal about this, that I am the weakest in doggy. I'm very vulnerable doggy style. That'll make me finish quick as hell.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to bend her over this desk thing here and just plow as hard as I can, as quick as I can, and just get this over with, and we can go on about our day. Wrong. Guess what? Not feeling it, so guess what I can't do? I can't catch
Salute?
that. I cannot catch that nut. So I'm just plowing crazy. Like everything I could possibly. I'm just basically slamming her repeatedly into this desk, and I started thinking about it. I'm like, maybe she'll be like, when I'm feeling tremendous pain because you keep slamming like my hip bones into this desk. Maybe she'll be like, like, all right, I'm good, like I'm done. And I'll be like, thank God. No, wrong. So she goes for position change. What I should have done was just put her back in that position, like what happened to Raven, and just slam her hip bones into this.
Stick your finger up your butt.
Oh yeah, exactly. I've never done that. I've never done that. It's just like
I've never done that either.
People were like,
never crossed my mind.
People were like, it's the most intense shit ever, and I'm just like, I'm not the kind of person who wants to put a finger up my ass, or anybody else put a finger up my ass, or anything up my ass for that matter. I'm just not that person. And then eventually it just gets thrown upon me, and I end up trying it. And I'm like, you guys are missing out, But then, so she changes position to where she's now like sitting dresser thing facing me. The height of the dresser is like to where basically, unless I ever slid off a little bit, my balls are smacking the edge of the dresser. That's painful, just in case you wondered. For the most part, I have no problem with some just being rough. If the companion likes it rough, I'll do that for her. Dale talked about like slapping titties being weird to him and choking and being weird to him or whatever, and I'm gonna do all that. I've had situations where like I've resulted like where I have rug burn on my knees, she's got rug burn on her knees, a rug burn on her back. And then she goes to work, and she bends over to pick something up at work, and one of her co-workers sees she has rug burn on her back, and then they ensue into a full conversation with them and a bunch of other employees. And then next time I go in, they're all looking at me like they want the D. And my question is, why the fuck are females like that? Like, but back to my story. so the position has changed. She's sitting on it, facing me, and like I said, the edge of the dresser is high enough up to where, like, like if I don't have her pulled off a little bit, my balls are smacking the dresser. And I'm just trying so hard to like just give it to her as hard as I possibly can. I'm like, what else could I do to possibly make myself nut? And I decide, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fake it. I'm just gonna fake it, and she's not gonna know any different. And I decided, like, she'll figure it out. I can't just fake it. I have to go a little bit longer and then fake it.
You have to time it right.
Yeah, I gotta time it right. I gotta get the strokes to get my movements in there correctly to just try to seem as natural as what I normally would when I would finish. So I can't just make it happen right now. I just gotta set it up. She'll never know. So I'm going at it and I'm starting to set it up, and she leans up and like puts to where her arms are like around my neck and slows me down a little bit, and she's like, "I want you to come inside me." I was like, "Fuck!" There is no possible way I can fake it now. She'll know when it doesn't drip out of her. What the fuck am I gonna do? So I was like, God damn it, I gotta come up with a backup plan now. And on this little dresser stand thing, there's just where they sit the towels for the bathroom. So I'm like, just like while we're going out, I move her around a little bit, and I just accidentally swipe the stack of towels onto the floor. And as I'm going at it, I'm using like one of my feet to move the towels over to where they're like underneath of me, up next to the dresser. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna fake it, and I'm gonna use these towels. And so I'm going along. I'm like working it to that point, and then because I was going at it so hard, I happened to slip out. And if you've ever slipped out and then just like not gone back in and just slammed into that bone there,
that shit hurts.
That shit does not feel good. But yeah, so that happened. And then it popped into my head at that moment. Now is your time to fake it. So I did. First, she's like trying to like but like trying to like cuddle with me, and I'm like, that's balling up the towel. But there was nothing wrong with the towel. I'm like balling up the towel and like threw it in the bathroom, and I'm like pouring sweat and everything. So I was like, grabbed another towel up off the floor, and she's like, I'm wiping myself with it. She's like, did you make sure that didn't have any on it? And I'm like, yeah. Like,
after hearing all the stories, I have finally made my decision. The winner is Mike. His story was the best, hands down. She says, "I want you to come inside me," and you mentally screaming in your like mind, just that part, just like I just was like laughing.
Bitch.
It's just like, oh god damn it.
Dude, imagine if you like threw your hands up and just stopped. You like,
God, motherfucker, what am I supposed to do? I can't finish. Your pussy isn't good enough.
Oh god.
Needless to say, you guys will not be going swimming.
I'll be going swimming. She can be pissed off, do whatever the fuck she wants. I'm like, you know what? You want me to finish? You better spread your butt cheeks because I'm putting it in that ass.
Oh my god.
That's one thing I have never done that is on like my sex bucket list is made a chocolate cream pie. I gotta do it. Been in an ass before, but she's like, it hurts. I'm like, my dick isn't even that big. Get over it. Just breathe.
It doesn't hurt.
Oh man. No.
It only hurts for a few seconds, and then it doesn't hurt.
Alright, and that's it for another episode of Spiel of Fortune. I've been your host, Greg Holmes, and I would like to thank all the contestants for their stories, and we hope to see you again next time. See you later, everyone.
That does it for this episode of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. I have been your host. My name is Michael Mayhew, and I have been here with my co-hosts,
Greg,
Dale,
And Raven.
Don't forget to check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, and donate to us on PayPal so we can continue to afford to be able to do this. And I hope you've enjoyed this episode. And later, fellas.